Welcome to the Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show, live on WBON-TV Channel 9 and on Sports Radio 103.5, B99.3, and Y92.5. Support your favorite local teams and enjoy the Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show. Also brought to you by Bishop's Small Engine Repair, Nuevo Vallarta, and the law office of Patrick O'Neill. Now let's go live to your hosts, Michael Watkins and Samantha Burford.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome into the Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show. Michael Watkins, Samantha Burford. Happy 4th of July week. It is here. Samantha, got any 4th of July plans?
I do not. Do you? Because you look it.
I am ready. I'm ready to celebrate. Listen, you got some hot dogs and some sunshine, some pool time. I mean, that's a great 4th of July.
Definitely pool time or lake time.
Yep. Everybody likes to go to the
Possibly
lake.
some Florida time.
And
Not
fireworks.
Really sure. We have some options.
Well, I know. Right now, we're
And,
going to need some cool shade with how hot it is outside.
Okay, so there's lots of tents around town, but we know of the one tent.
Well, normally every year I get to go over and talk to
Yes.
Coach Feldhaus at the Madison Central Fireworks tent. This year it's been – it's kind of slipped up on me, Coach, to be honest. We snuck up on me.
I was waiting on you to call.
Well, Samantha told me last week, and I was like, well, I'll get with him this last week. And
all me.
It came and went. So I'm glad
I
you were able to come over with us today.
Call Coach Feldhaus. We need to, see how his camps went. We need to see
Well,
how
here's the thing, though.
fireworks are going.
You say I need – what? You got the phone in your hand at the moment. It ain't that hard.
All right.
They do like me better.
I
though.
will text.
Okay. All right. Well, that'll work then. Well, Coach, first of all, it's been a busy summer for you guys, just trying to reload with the basketball team. But as far as the fireworks, let's talk about that first. And what year is this you doing the fireworks?
I think we looked 14
years.
14th year.
Yeah.
I think 2012.
And
I think was the first year.
Has it changed any at all? I guess
our location.
Oh, that's true. That's true. You've had to move around a couple of times.
I think we started out where Starbucks is, and then of course we had to move over right there where Office Depot, which is now P-Rats, and now Chipotle is there. So now they've moved us over in front of Hobby Lobby. So when our guy called and told us that the Chipotle was going to go in, I said, well, just as close as you can get to there where our regulars know where to come. And we kind of like it better in this location. You're kind of further away from the bypass. You don't hear as much road noise, especially for our guy that stays there all night. It's a little bit more peaceful back there by Hobby Lobby. So
is Bart still staying overnight?
Oh, yeah. Bart stays he comes about 10 o'clock every night, and I'll get there about 7:30 or 8 every morning and let him go home. I think he slept pretty good last night, but he's had to weather a couple storms there, so that's not a real fun place to be when it's storming.
So what did you do with the storm Saturday morning?
I was there from 8 to 3 that day, so I got to endure the worst of it. Karen usually comes, so I told her, you stay at home and wait till these storms pass by. And it really wasn't too bad. The lightning was the scary part. We're in the tent, but the water wasn't an issue with the tent. It just kind of flows right through there. And
did it hurt the crowd coming to shop at all, maybe?
Well, yeah, there was nobody afterwards, though, when the sun came out a little bit. Business picked right back up.
It had been a very nice night considering how nasty it was during the day. But it was, we had floods damage at our house, and I know a lot of other folks. Obviously, we had 3 casualties, which you never want to see. But there were a lot of homes and things affected. So we'll talk more about that later on in the show. But as far as the fireworks go and the stuff that you have inside the tent, it seems like, fireworks, like everything else, it's changed since the pandemic. Have you seen more product, more booms, I guess? Or?
No. They'll change the packaging a lot of times of some of the products, but it's mainly the same thing. Of course, our big sellers are the cakes, and then you have the mortars. So the real fireworks people, that's what they come in there, and that's what they look for, and that's where most of the money comes from. The kid stuff, it draws a lot of people in, too, because, of course, you got your snakes and you got your Roman candles and bottle rockets and stuff like that. But the money comes from the big stuff, so the cakes and the mortars. So we've got all of that.
And when you say money, this is for a good cause.
Oh, yeah.
This isn't going in your pocket.
No, I wish it was.
Tell everybody.
Well, and our guy that we work for, he's the one that's really the one that's really raking in because he's got like 30 tents. So it is a good fundraiser for us, and really we don't have to do anything else. And of course, with basketball, it really doesn't take a whole lot. So kind of takes a little bit off our plate during the season. We don't have to worry about fundraising, unlike cheerleading, which they have to go all year round. That's pretty much all we need.
And there's other school like Bryan Station or one of the Lexington schools does this too, right? Or they have in the past.
In Fayette County, you can't sell them. Our guy actually has a tent right on the Scott County, Fayette County line in Georgetown, and then he has another tent on the Fayette County, Jessamine County line because you can't sell them in Fayette County.
So you can't sell any fireworks in Fayette County
not
at
the
all?
ones that go, not the ones that go up.
Wow.
The stuff that stays on the
I did
ground,
not know that.
You can. So
there you go. So Fayette County folks come down here and support Madison.
We do.
City.
We do get some. Not as much as the one right outside of Brandon's Crossing. That's a big one for Fayette County people.
Well, when you look at the fireworks itself, and I know you have a lot of folks that pitch in, but for what you sell, is there maybe one thing or 1 year where you've had a better year than most? I mean, I know during the pandemic that was kind of the craziest year, but
that was crazy. I guess it was. I came here if it was 20 or 21. I think we sold $260,000.
Wow,
that's
insane.
And the crazy thing about that, we actually ran out of everything on the third. And the fourth is always your biggest. And for some reason that year, I think all of the wholesalers had a hard time getting fireworks in that year. So our guy just didn't have anything else to send us. So I know we would have probably made over sold over 300,000 if we would have had the product. Now, it's gone down a little bit the last couple of years. We're hoping with the 250th anniversary that this will be a good
more patriotism.
I'm already hearing it. There's fireworks going on in our neighborhood.
I saw the ordinance the police department's posted on Facebook last night about shutting it off, essentially trying to get people to. But I understand. When do you all set up? Is it 3 weeks out from the 4th of July?
We always. It's like the 17th, 18th. We always try to be open by the 20th. That's what our guy likes us to do. And we're usually the first tent to. You'll see tents up, but no product in them yet. We're usually the first tent open with product ready to sell, and that's just the way our guy likes. And really, the first week and a half kind of slow, especially during the day when people get off work. It picks up a little bit, but it's really probably 80% of your sales come those last 4 days, and that's when it takes all 4 of us in there, and it keeps us hopping.
Well, to that point, let's tell folks where you're at again. So you're over here in
Carriage Gate
Plaza. Okay, so that's right over here where the Starbucks, Dutch Brothers, Freddy's, that
right
area.
Right behind Starbucks and kind of right in front of Hobby Lobby.
Okay, there you go. So, and you've been there for all 14 years, correct?
Yeah, and that same.
And I'm moving around a little bit, as you said, but I mean, it's a good location. And I remember coming over and just seeing. I brought the kids over 1 year, and it was like obviously when you bring the kids, they want everything that looks cool, and the packaging. And you can see there in the video, and the packaging is
like
very
cool. It's like a toy store for the kids.
Cool.
So the packaging is really unique sometimes.
For mine, it's like every time we go to Nuevo, they always want a bouncy ball, and I'm like, we've got 500 bouncy balls at home, and they still have to argue after to get them out of the store. But this is a big deal, Samantha, and especially as you said, it's 250th anniversary or the birthday for the United States of America. Show your patriotism. Get out there and buy some fireworks for the Madison Central basketball team and support them after a really tremendous year this past year. How did the summer go? I know for you it was going to be a little bit difficult because most of the guys that were going to be getting playing time this year didn't see much last year because you had such a senior heavy class. So talk about summer ball and some of the growing pains with what you saw from everybody.
Yeah, well, I don't think I've ever lost 100% of my scoring, so
that's true.
It's definitely going to be a rebuilding year, but that's why the summer was really good, just so those guys could get some varsity experience. And it was kind of like what we expected, but maybe a little better than what I expected. We got a little bit better. I think we ended up playing 22 varsity games over those 2.5, 3 weeks. We just get manhandled physically by the bigger, better teams, your Lexington Catholic and Great Crossing, because, we're just young. I mean, I've only got one senior on the team and starting 2 sophomore guards who both might max out at 120 if they're
on a good day.
But they're very, very skilled. Very skilled guards. So I think we'll get back. I think it'll be an enjoyable year because I think it'll be a team that you really be able to notice a difference between the beginning of the season and end of the season. And I'm hoping before the dead period started, when we had them out here at the fireworks tent to unload that trailer, had all 30 of them out there, and I told them, and I'm not going to see you for probably 3.5 weeks. I want you to keep working, and they understand that we've got to get bigger and stronger.
Yeah.
I mean, that's I think naturally it will occur with some of them, but it's going to take some work on their part too. Of course, once the dead period's over with, we'll get back in the weight room, and I think by November we'll be much better than we were this summer, just because they're going to get bigger and stronger. And we just really don't have much size. We had two kids over 6'1". Of course, Bryce Smith, who was my post player in JV last year, who's my starting post player this year. And then I had a freshman last year, Jaden Stamper, who's really about 6'5". He tore his ACL during open gym in the spring, so we were really counting on him. I mean, he had a chance to push Bryce for that 5 spot, so of course we'll be without him the entire year. So really, we've got one player over 6'1". That's right.
Man.
So not only are we short, we're kind of weak physically too.
Well, and I know when you look at the 11th region, and we talked about it before we started. It's so hard to like compare teams from last year to what they're going to look like this year because of the movement, and that's just the day and age that we're in now. Even the high school kids, they move. We understand that. So but we do know that Great Crossing, the defending 2-time 11th region champions, they're going to be, loaded again going into the year. When you look at the region as a whole and some of the things you saw this summer, is that kind of the best team that you saw this summer?
Catholic and Great Crossing are 20 points better than anybody else in the region right now. Of course, Great Crossing, of course, they had pretty much only had one senior last year, and then they had the Holman kid who's back, and he's one of the best guards in the state. And then Lexington Catholic picked up Jerry Prickett's son, who came from Russell High School as a point guard. So based on this summer, those teams are, I'm telling you, they're 20 points better than anybody else in the region. Now, after that, it can be a dogfight to see who that next. I think there's a lot of teams that have a chance to be that next best team, but those two teams just have a lot of size and a lot of talent that the rest of us don't right now.
Tell people that may not completely understand that are old school, the rules have changed a little bit. You used to have to sit out. You don't really have to sit out anymore, do you?
Well, the rules really haven't changed today. I don't know how hard they enforce them, but
they may just not enforce them, I think.
Some people tend to get players every year, and I don't know how they do it. More power to them, but it makes it nice when you can add players like some of these teams have added. Of course, we were lucky when we got Jake, and then we got Grayson. I know it happens, but I can count the number of ones that we've got on one hand over the 33 or 4 years that I've been at Madison Central. Some people have that luxury of getting them every year.
Yeah,
so,
right.
But I think this year will be fun. I'm looking forward to it because they're great kids. I do have tremendous kids, and they will work hard, and they're smart enough, I think, to realize that we just got to get bigger and we got to get stronger to be able to, even compete with those, upper level teams like Catholic and Great Crossing. And it might not be this year, but we're only going to lose one player. So we're going to the following year we'll definitely be a lot better.
Well, I feel like you've had years like that in the last 7 or 8 years. You've had some like growing pain years, but then when you see it all come together, whether that might be the senior year, I feel like that makes it more special when you see all the things that you've worked on the last 2 years or so come together when those guys become seniors.
Yeah, well, I guess 3 years ago, I think we only won 10 games, but it was still that was Ty Thomas and Eli Steele's senior year. It was still an enjoyable year because I know we got everything we could out of those kids, and that's what we're going to have this year. But all these kids are going to be back for multiple years, a lot of them, because I'll be playing a lot of sophomores.
Yeah. Well, I feel like you've had. I feel like this group that we just graduated, when they were sophomore, we were kind of saying the same thing about them.
We were. Yeah.
Once they get to be seniors, and obviously it helped getting Jake to come in, and because that was a need. You got a guy like that to fill the biggest need you had. So, but for these guys here right now, what impressed you most about them this summer? Was it just maybe their chemistry?
We really. When we shoot, we do have some guys who can really shoot the ball.
Yeah, I know Stokely.
Stokely he's one of the best pure shooters, if not the best pure shooter I've had. But he can do some. He's got the ball on a string.
Good floater. I've seen him with good floater in JV.
In the pick and roll situation too, he makes some good pocket passes in a pick and roll situation. He's just got to get bigger and stronger. But we had games this summer where the first half, we'd hit 10 or 12 threes first half and be up 20, and then couldn't hit anything the second half, and people manhandle us. We end up getting beat. So hopefully, as we add that strength, I think that gives you a little bit more confidence in yourself too, especially defensively. And but that's probably that we do really shoot the ball from the perimeter pretty well. We just got to get bigger. We just got to get bigger, stronger.
Well, you said obviously it's a dead week. you told him you want him to keep working out. So do you give him a regimen? Do you say do that? Because I know, like with cheer, you got to videotape
we gave
and
Bryce
send it in.
we gave Bryce a regiment. Said,
Yeah.
Bryce, you live here close to school. That track's right down there. I'm not saying that. That gate's usually open. You need to be down there running. But a lot of them play. I mean, I want them to have some time off.
Right. Go on family vacation.
But they can still, as far as the weights and stuff like that, they can find places to do that, because that's what we need. That's what we need. Because this bunch, they do love to play. I mean, after practice, I mean, they're the ones you have to run. You have to run out of the gym, and that's always good.
Well, I know of them play travel ball too. Does that interfere during the
not
summer
during
ball
our
stuff?
three. I mean,
Okay.
no, and that.
Are they allowed to do summer ball during dead period? Is that allowed?
They
I know you can't do it, but
yeah, they can.
Okay.
Just can't use school facilities and stuff like that. So I mean, I don't know I don't get involved in their AAU stuff. So and most of that really, truthfully, doesn't start again until July after the dead period.
Okay.
After the dead period is over with.
So you all won't have any more summer games, though, right?
No. We'll just after the dead period, we come in. Of course, volleyball starts, so we come in like 3 nights a week after volleyball's through, and we'll have open gym. A lot of our college guys that are in town, they'll come back and play with us. Even some of the Southern guys. I mean, Jay Rose and the twins, they played a lot with us last summer.
Okay.
Robbie's in.
Yeah, I saw
Jalen's
him at
in.
EKU this past week.
They'll both play. Jake, I think he gets to come back maybe 2 weeks in August before school starts, so I'm sure he'll be able to play with us for a couple weeks.
Well, I saw Dominique just had a birthday. Does he ever get out there and play with them? Or Quan's playing some church league or something?
Quan's played some with us too. Dominique will play every once in a while. I love it when those guys come back.
We come up there and stream some pickup games. That'd be
we've
cool.
Had some good. Cause a lot of times we have enough where we run two courts.
Okay, well, good deal.
That's fun time.
That
The kids enjoy that too.
You got anything you want? I have one more question I want to get to.
We'll do it.
Well, so I
I
know the
always
KHSAA website. It's kind of we've used it for years for stats and schedules and things like that. It's now not. Is the KHSAA site going away? I know.
No, Frank Ryherd, he's retiring. He pretty much did that, but they say that they're going to have somebody to kind of. It might not be exactly. I mean, that was a lot of.
It was
for every sport.
Yeah.
That was a lot of work. So they're trying. I think it's still a work in progress to find somebody to kind of take over and kind of fulfill that same duty, but it's going to be hard because that guy was amazing.
I mean,
not just for basketball. I mean, it was just for all sports.
It was good for us to just have stats to go off of. During the because I mean it's a lot harder to find it for high school. For college, especially now. When I interviewed Greg after he retired, it was like trying to find a stat on a player. You got to go to 4 schools now, which, I mean, it's out there, obviously. But for high school, it's a lot more difficult. But, I mean, the last, I would say 5 or 6 years having that to go off of. And I'm sure for you guys, you had gotten to the point to where you could just, you knew how to insert the information and it was just done. So
yeah, it's easy.
Yeah, that'll be a big thing. Are you still having the Christmas tournament stuff this year? All that stuff will be good?
We've got that field. I think of course, Madison Southern's coming back. Lincoln County, they've been, I think, every year that we've had the tournament. Hamilton, Ohio, who we
were here last year,
in the finals, they are coming back. Bryan Station is playing in it. Probably the favorite would probably be Bowling Green. Bowling Green is going to come this year.
The Purples, right?
And Whitley County, I think, is the other one. I might be leaving somebody. I don't know if that's 8 or not, but that's the ones I can remember right off the top of my head. So I can, truthfully, if I wanted to move that to 6, I could fill 16 teams pretty easy, because even after I fill it, I have teams calling and asking.
Will you be doing?
it.
I'm guessing LIT that out this year, or the Louisville Invitational, or the big one, the King of the Bluegrass. King of the Bluegrass. You got any more that you'll be going to other than?
There's only certain years we want to go. We want to go to that. We're definitely not ready for that this year. They've already announced their field.
Okay, their field.
No, pretty much we're not going to play in a. We are actually. GRC is going to have a little 4-team. It's really not going to be a tournament.
Like You're actually
going to get 2 games.
Okay.
I can't remember. It's the 20th, 21st of December. So, but not another tournament. That's the only tournament is our own.
You got anything else, Samantha?
My question was football. You usually have a couple of football guys that get to come in a little later. So
not this year. Some younger ones. Really, none of my. Trying to think of my top 7 or 8 this summer. If I'm not mistaken, I don't think any of them play football. Some of my sophomores, of course, some of our freshmen play football. But this year, I don't think I have too many that were in the varsity rotation this summer that play football.
Well, before we let you go, Luke Asher, any update? I know he's gone through the surgery. Everything is everything good?
Yeah,
with him?
everything's on track. I think Luke. I don't know if I think he kind of changes his mind every other day. But I think right now he's talking about just going to school at Western.
Okay.
And that's hard. I mean, he would. Even if he decided to play, he wouldn't be able to play. This year. So he's just doing his rehab, and I think he's got a little pressure washing business on the side.
I've seen all these kids that are doing that. I mean. Yeah, my daughter started selling bracelets that she's made. She 2 little travel baseball tournaments she went to, made over $100. And I'm like, I bought the stuff. She sold one to me. I'm like, I bought the stuff. I should at least get a free bracelet out of it. But
now these guys, I bring up Cole Brown and Landon Ray. What they'll be going down to South Florida where Jake is. I think they went there last year, and they've already started making those trips because all those college guys get that first NIL check on June 15th. So they try to get out as soon as those NIL checks start to go out because those guys, they waste a lot of their money, I'll just tell you now.
Right up front.
Well,
talk to us again about the fireworks because what are the hours? And then tell us which one's the most popular.
8 to 10. Now, those last 3 or 4 days, we'll stay open as long as there's people in the tent, the second, third, and fourth. It might be midnight before we get out of there on some of those nights. Really, all of our mortars are very, very popular. We have one that's called Counter Strike that has over 100 different mortars and shells, and it's really it's our most. It's only $2.99 for the money. It's by far the best bargain that we have, and we usually sell out of that by the second or third. Now, he did send us about 40 of them this year. I think we're down to 11 already in our trailer, so you might have to send more on the third. A couple of our cakes, we have one cake that's called a Blaze of Glory that actually lasts 3 minutes. So you just light it one time. I forget exactly how many shots it has, but it goes on for 3 minutes. And we have another one that's called 2 minutes that lasts 2 minutes. And those are 2 most popular cakes because they you get to rest a little bit when you light. You just sit back and rest for 2 or 3 minutes.
There you go. All right, fireworks forward here at Carriage Gate Plaza. We're all saying that right. It's right behind where Freddy's and Starbucks is. Kind of counteractive to where
we get to smell the Freddy's every day. That's hard to handle in there when they start cooking those burgers.
That is bad. Yeah. All right, Coach. Thank you. And don't forget, folks, the Madison Central fireworks tent right here behind us. Really, they're right over here around the corner. Go by and see them and get ready for the 4th of July, like I am today. You made fun of my shirt.
Yeah, I might have to borrow that shirt on the 4th. That's probably a good sales.
I told you to get me one of those little spinner things. I'll come over there and we'll get them going. So come over and see them, folks. So it's time for our first commercial break. When we come back, we'll talk about our favorite fireworks and more. Don't go away. We'll be right back on the Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show.
You know what they say. Every great season starts with a strong lineup. Need agility? The Trailblazer cuts through traffic like a wide receiver in the red zone. Power? The Silverado handles work and tailgates like a linebacker on a mission. And if you're ready to go electric, the Equinox EV has the range to go all the way. No matter your game plan, Jack Burford Chevrolet has a vehicle that suits your drive. Stop in, suit up, and let's kick off your next adventure.
We would like to invite you to join our family at Bishop's Small Engine Repair.
Outdoor Power has become a family tradition, with 3 generations here bringing you years of experience.
We will help you find the best selection of outdoor power equipment from Code Cadet, Grasshopper, DeWalt, Makita, Echo, Shindawa, and now Steel in our Georgetown store.
Or bring your equipment into our service department. We will keep it running for years to come.
And as with all families, we have to keep Mama happy. So come on in and see us at Bishop's Small Engine Repair in Richmond and in Georgetown.
Who makes the best meal in Richmond? Nuevo Vallarta. Friendly service, a place that's good for kids and good for groups. Head to Nuevo Vallarta on Big Hill Avenue in Richmond. Nuevo Vallarta is known for warm hospitality, great prices, great food, and the best fajitas in town. Start with an appetizer, order a la carte, or choose from their huge menu of Mexican favorites for grown-ups and kids. Nuevo Vallarta on Big Hill Avenue in Richmond.
Patrick O'Neill has been serving Central and Eastern Kentucky since 1995. When someone is accused of something they didn't do, or when a good person makes a mistake, they need the best representation they can find. And that's Patrick O'Neill. Whether it's criminal defense, Social Security, disability, personal injury, workers' compensation, or deeds and wills, when you need legal advice, trust the expertise of Patrick O'Neill. He will get you the money you deserve. His office is located in Jackson, but Patrick practices all over Central and Eastern Kentucky. For more information or for a free consultation, call 606-666-2990.
Back here on the Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show. And folks, if you come by right now, you're going to notice that Jack Burford Chevrolet is kind of popping right now. They have continued to have some tremendous months over the summer selling vehicles. They said they were even busy Saturday during with all the flooding stuff going on.
The storms. I could not believe it, but yes.
Yeah, so they do have several vehicles, great deals going on right now, jackburford.com to check out the inventory, but they will be adding more to the inventory.
Yes, it's dwindling.
It is.
You can tell when you pull on the parking lot.
Well, and that's a good sign of a good
There's
dealership,
still
though.
a lot.
Yeah.
But yes, it comes and goes, so you got to get in here quick.
Well, and, I know we're at that point now where, summertime folks are – you think SUVs a lot, or maybe you think some convertibles, some of the fancier cars. SUVs more for like vacations, things like that. So if you are sitting at home, you're planning vacation, you're like, man, we need a Tahoe or
a bigger vehicle,
a Suburban, something like that to be able to take all your luggage to your trips. Come on over right now and see them, Jack Burford Chevrolet. Or again, you can visit jackburford.com. I know last week we were talking about mowing season, and right now we're in the thick of it. I've got to actually cut mine tonight when I get home. Bishop Small Engine Repair
shirt
I do. This is some great grass cutting shirt. I've got to change it up because the gauge told me I couldn't.
It is a little thick though, so
it
you
is
might
a little
get
thick.
hot.
Yeah. It's like a denim material.
Yeah.
And I'm not used to kind of having denim on my chest, but when I saw this, I actually have put a lot of thought into what I wanted to wear for the 4th of July. And I saw this on TikTok. Most of my stuff comes from TikTok. I'm just obsessed with TikTok and buying stuff off there.
I'm just shocked you haven't worn your Patriots blazer or shirts.
That might be good to go with this.
You didn't wear them at all this past NFL season.
No, so. I actually thought I had lost my Patriots.
It's probably at work.
It is at the office. It is. Well, it's hung up, but I just didn't know it was there. I actually found it when we were cleaning out something. So. But, back to Bishop Small Engine Repair right here in Richmond, North Estill Avenue. If you're looking for a new mower, or if you've been, cutting your grass and you chipped a blade or something's gone wrong with your mower, they do work on them there. Bishop Small Engine Repair. They sell a lot of great brands. You can check them out online at bishopsmallenginerepair.com, or you can visit them here in Richmond or at their location in Georgetown as well. How about Nuevo Vallarta right around the corner? And, I know we're getting ready to celebrate America's 250th birthday, but why not go to Nuevo for some great Mexican food as well? They're right here around the corner on Big Hill Avenue in Richmond. They've got great drink specials, great food. What I like about Nuevo is even if you're ordering American food, it's good. Like you can get some chicken nuggets. I've gotten steak before. Like the ribeyes are good. Yeah, margarita is number one on the list. But go check them out.
They have those tall towers.
Yes. Yeah. And those are good. I mean,
I've
it's a good
never
way
had one, but I've seen
I don't
people.
know. You've seen like
No, I haven't.
you sure?
But I've seen other
tables,
tables, and I'm like, I don't think I could drink all that.
Yeah, and then also the law office of Patrick O'Neill, located in Breathitt County, 606-666-2990 for a free consultation. If you have questions about deeds and wills, workers' compensation, Social Security, SSI, all that stuff. He's also a great criminal defense attorney. So if you know somebody that needs help with that, you can give him a call. The law office of Patrick O'Neill. His office is located in Breathitt County. He actually lives in Winchester, so he serves all over Central and Eastern Kentucky. You can check him out on Facebook, the law office of Patrick O'Neill. Samantha, 4th of July weekend is here. It's a great time to celebrate, get family together. It's going to be a hot one this week. But there's a lot going on right now in Richmond. I know we've got Friday night, we got Phil Vassar coming to the Vine at Chenault Vineyards. Friday night, we've got the big celebration at Lake Reba. It'll be a great time there.
They also have like a Madison community band.
Yes,
playing all of their patriotic.
Exactly, yeah. That's going to be, and then over at, they're going to have free swim at Paradise Cove. You got free adventure golf, at the mini golf course there at Adventure Falls. And the music on stage as well is always going to be great. And then Marshall, the headlining band, their lead singer actually performed on the Voice, I think, this past year. So
I know,
is that the one
that'll
with
be
Blake
super.
Shelton on it, Gage?
Yes.
Is it? Okay.
Yes, The Voice.
Yeah, The
Yes.
Voice. So
Blake Shelton. I don't think he's on there this
he's not.
year.
No, Adam Levine.
Riley Green is on there now.
Riley Green. Yeah, people tell me I look like Adam Levine. What do you think? No? Okay.
No.
We'll let that go then.
I don't ruin my Maroon 5 love.
You actually went saw Maroon 5 in concert not too long ago,
I've
didn't you?
seen
In
them
Vegas,
3 or
right?
4
Oh,
times.
okay. Okay. So you don't think that Adam Levine and I look alike?
No.
Okay. Gotcha. Cool.
You're not as tatted up as he is.
That's true. I do need to get the tats if I'm going to like. Now, I prefer Dwayne Johnson. People tell me that too, so I'll go with that.
Okay, yeah.
We'll go with The Rock.
Yes, I think
Gage
you
tells me that all the
look
time,
like
so.
Dwayne, The Rock.
Yeah,
Johnson.
we'll just stick with that. But as far as celebrations go, we do hope you are safe as you
Yes.
get out and celebrate the 4th of July. And
Be careful with these fireworks that we were just talking about.
Go by and buy you some
very careful.
at the Madison Central Firework Tent.
Right.
Go by and support
Adults
them.
only.
Yes, you have to be 18 year older, I think, to even
Don't
buy
let your
one,
toddlers
right?
do it. Right.
Yeah, and I've set fire. I'll be honest with you. I'm kind of a chicken when it comes to that stuff because I've just heard
You don't
so
wanna
many
blow
war
your hand
stories.
off, right.
Exactly. So I'm
Be
cool
very
with letting
careful.
everybody else buy them and me watch.
Me too.
I remember my dad when I was growing up. They did the bottle rockets where you would just set up, a glass bottle, go in there and just watch it shoot up. Those were cool. But even those, I feel like, you're what's it called, the wick or whatever.
Yes,
It's not very long.
not long.
I mean, you don't have long to light it and get out of the
And
way.
run.
But do you
So
have
be very careful.
my favorite patriotic video? I mean, the Hulk Hogan with the guitar is a big one, but I love the it's like a TikTok or a Vine. Whenever they had Vine back in the day, or an Instagram video of the guy that's
yeah.
in the wheelchair and he's lighting it up on fire, and he goes, "Put it in reverse, Terry." That's my favorite video, patriotic video.
Well, I don't
know if
have
that's
a
like very
picture.
patriotic,
I
but
was going to say, I don't know.
Yeah.
There was one Vine that had this one lady driving a car, and she said, I told now wait, I can't even think of it. I told now, good luck, everybody else.
And she turned and
she turns, and you can hear all the screeching. And I don't know why I find that so funny. I turn now. Good luck, everybody else.
Well, we've got a lot more sports talk to get to later on in the sports show. Kruise Newman stopped by the station today. Got to interview him. He is currently
Super
playing
cool.
baseball for the Lexington Legends, a former Madison Southern baseball player who ended up graduating from Logan County. He kind of made a stop at a couple of different colleges, had a great college career, and is now playing for the Legends, hoping to have his name called in the Major League Baseball draft. So we'll talk more about that, as well as some other great local sports news. We had the A.W. Hamilton basketball camp in Richmond, the first of 2 in Richmond last week. So we'll talk about that later on in the show when we come back as well. So don't go anywhere. A lot more great local sports talk. And football season is right around the corner as well, Samantha.
It is.
So
I'm already putting the dates of EKU, all of the home games, away games, who they're playing. I got it in my calendar.
High school football is going to be interesting this year. We'll talk about that as well. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be right back on the Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show.
You know what they say. Every great season starts with a strong lineup. Need agility? The Trailblazer cuts through traffic like a wide receiver in the red zone. Power? The Silverado handles work and tailgates like a linebacker on a mission. And if you're ready to go electric, the Equinox EV has the range to go all the way. No matter your game plan, Jack Burford Chevrolet has the vehicle that suits your drive. Stop in, suit up, and let's kick off your next adventure.
We would like to invite you to join our family at Bishop's Small Engine Repair.
Outdoor Power has become a family tradition, with 3 generations here bringing you years of experience.
We will help you find the best selection of outdoor power equipment from Code Cadet, Grasshopper, DeWalt, Makita, Echo, Shindawa, and now Steel in our Georgetown store.
Or bring your equipment into our service department. We will keep it running for years to come.
And as with all families, we have to keep Mama happy. So come on in and see us at Bishop's Small Engine Repair in Richmond and in Georgetown.
Who makes the best meal in Richmond? Nuevo Vallarta. Friendly service, a place that's good for kids and good for groups. Head to Nuevo Vallarta on Big Hill Avenue in Richmond. Nuevo Vallarta is known for warm hospitality, great prices, great food, and the best fajitas in town. Start with an appetizer, order a la carte, or choose from their huge menu of Mexican favorites for grown-ups and kids. Nuevo Vallarta on Big Hill Avenue in Richmond.
Patrick O'Neill has been serving Central and Eastern Kentucky since 1995. When someone is accused of something they didn't do, or when a good person makes a mistake, they need the best representation they can find. And that's Patrick O'Neill. Whether it's criminal defense, Social Security, disability, personal injury, workers' compensation, or deeds and wills, when you need legal advice, trust the expertise of Patrick O'Neill. He will get you the money you deserve. His office is located in Jackson, but Patrick practices all over Central and Eastern Kentucky. For more information or for a free consultation, call 606-666-2990.
Welcome back into the Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show. Michael Watkins, Samantha Burford
Missing
here
our
with you.
Garrett today.
We are. He went to spend Father's Day with his dad over the weekend, so I hope they had a good time. But it was actually his birthday over the weekend as well.
Yeah.
His birthday was on Saturday with all the chaos. I texted him happy birthday and told him that when he came back in, I'd let him take me out to lunch. So that's how we do it up here, Samantha.
Sounds familiar.
Yeah. You owe me like 7 lunches, but we'll
I
get into
don't
that.
because I've learned not to bet.
Well,
I think I've won one time. Actually, we didn't bet, but if we would have bet, which I asked you to bet, you told me no, I would have won.
You would have won.
But the other 2 or 3,
I know,
4 times.
I know when to put the chips in on the table. I'm good at that.
You are good at that.
I
am not.
EKU football has announced their home schedule and the promotions and stuff that'll be going on. I met with Coach Wells last week because we'll be kind of taking over doing the coaches show with him on Thursday nights. Looking forward to that and being out there at Apollo Pizza again and the different places that are involved with it.
Beautiful patio.
And it's a good chance Thursday night show to get pumped up for the game coming up next week. So I think that many people are going to. If you're an EKU football fan, it's a great place to go. But even if you're not an EKU football fan, go out there, and it'll help you understand, the type of football that EKU plays.
Right.
And to me, if you get to know Coach Wells or any of these EKU coaches, Coach Hamilton, Coach Todd, if you get to know them off the field or off the court, Coach Bazzani with volleyball, they're so good at just making you fall in love with their program. So keep that in mind as we go throughout the spring and the summer and into the fall for football as well. But the schedule looks like this. So the home portion, September the 12th versus Chattanooga. They'll have the home opener and the Maroon out. That'll be a Coca-Cola presentation.
Wear maroon.
Wear maroon. The first home game, wear maroon versus Chattanooga, a 6 p.m. kickoff. And most of these home games are late kickoffs. So it won't be as bad in the early fall time. 6 p.m. kickoffs will be great.
It's like all of the beginning UK games are at noon.
Noon, yeah. So and that allows
can go to both.
Exactly. If you're a fan of both teams, you can go to both games. And again, the first 1,000 fans in attendance will receive a commemorative T-shirt to that game as well. Then on September 19th, the very next weekend versus Dayton, another 6 p.m. kickoff. It is Kids at the Kid, Kids Club Day, and Extra Yard for teachers. Kids 12 and under are eligible to claim one free ticket and will have the opportunity to participate in the annual halftime run on the field. So make sure as we get closer to register your kids for that. And they're having a kids T-shirt design contest as well.
Would be cool.
So you can take advantage. Go to the EKUsports.com website and take advantage of that. October 3rd, it's family weekend when the Colonels take on North Florida at home, a 6 p.m. kickoff there. And during that game, EKU will welcome back members of the 1979, 80, 81, and 82 football teams that were advanced to the 4 consecutive national championship games. 2 of them won, 2 of them finished runners-up. During that time, and Colonel Val will also appear in the Colonel Courtyard alongside live music, food trucks, and fun activities for that game against North Alabama. The following weekend, October 10th, it is the Hall of Fame class. We just announced last week the new Hall of Fame class for EKU. You can go up on WBON-TV.com and see the entire list of individuals and teams that will be going into the EKU Sports Hall of Fame. That weekend will be celebrated on October 10th, game versus West Georgia, 6 p.m. kickoff. And the last 2 games of the year, homecoming versus West Florida, October 24th, so all the homecoming festivities there in late October, and then November 14th, a big couple of weeks there in between when the Colonels go back on the road. But the final home game, November 14th versus Central Arkansas, will be Senior Day and Salute to Service. The Colonels will honor the program's senior class prior to kickoff, and will also recognize veterans, active duty military members, first responders, and healthcare workers during pregame ceremonies, and that'll be a big deal as well. The final home game of the season versus Central Arkansas, which has kind of become a big rival for the Colonels over the last few years.
How exciting is this? We've got all this footage of all these touchdowns and big tackles. It really gets you in the mood sitting here watching it. Like, I'm ready.
You know, last week we had two guys that will be scoring one of those touchdowns, Brady Hensley and Braden Latham, that were here last week.
Yeah.
And
is he 14? Who's 14?
That's the former quarterback. That's Morrissey from a couple of years ago. But
14. He just scored
a minute ago. That's Latham.
Okay, that's what I thought. And I'm like, oh.
Yeah, those two guys are fun. And listen, I'm excited to see how those two grow and develop. I would like to see them on the field at the same time because of what they're really capable of.
You don't know what's going to happen or who the ball's going to go to.
Yeah,
you got
so
them both out there.
We'll see what happens this upcoming year for the Colonels.
You know, even talking about last Monday, even Brady Hensley, we talked about how we started following him in middle school and just how, his personality is the same. Lots of fun personality coming out of Brady Hensley. But what's great is how he just continues to improve, get bigger, more physical, and just watching him grow and change in his football character.
Well, at the high school level, that's where we kind of got to know Brady, the Madison Central Indians, Southern, and Berea as well. Berea, new head coach taking over there. We'll see how good they are. We're going to try to get that coach on here in a few weeks. But Southern, looking at their schedule, Coach Kirk sent it over to me today. They've got Garrett County, Henry Clay, Wayne County, Montgomery County, and Whitley County on the road. Just home games are going to be Madison Central, the big county rivalry game on September the 4th. They'll have Rockcastle County on September the 18th. And then Dunbar will be September the 25th. That's the homecoming game. And then October 2nd, they'll play East Jessamine. And then October 23rd, they'll play West Jessamine. So 2 of those district games will be at home. That'll be big for Madison Southern. Yeah. And that schedule, you look at it, Henry Clay's been down. Wayne County's always a tough game. Dunbar's been down. So there's a chance for them to really build a good record. Looking really forward to seeing that Central Southern game again this year because Central – they bring back their quarterback. They bring back their running back, Barnes. Southern brings back a lot as well. So that game's going to be a lot of fun there in the third week of the season.
I don't remember the matchup between Garrett County before.
Well, Garrett County's got a lot of connection, a lot of ties with Southern now. A lot of former players that have played different sports for Southern are now at Garrett County. And coaches as well.
That's what I was thinking. But I don't remember that they've played them in the last several years.
I don't either. And again, Jamie and John, that'll be our broadcast crew for those games. For Central, they kind of have the same schedule that they had last year. Obviously, the home games flip with the road game, but that schedule will be another brutal one for the Indians. They'll play St. X at home. They'll get Douglas at home this year. So it'll be very interesting on the Madison Central side as well. Now, listen. We are going to take our final commercial break. When we come back, we're going to hear from Kruise Newman, a former Madison Southern baseball player who is currently lacing them up for the Lexington Legends. He joined me in studio earlier today to talk about his baseball career, what he's doing now, and hoping to hear his name called in the Major League Baseball draft. We'll hear from him when we come back on the Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show.
You know what they say. Every great season starts with a strong lineup. Need agility? The Trailblazer cuts through traffic like a wide receiver in the red zone. Power? The Silverado handles work and tailgates like a linebacker on a mission. And if you're ready to go electric, the Equinox EV has the range to go all the way. No matter your game plan, Jack Burford Chevrolet has the vehicle that suits your drive. Stop in, suit up, and let's kick off your next adventure.
We would like to invite you to join our family at Bishop's Small Engine Repair.
Outdoor Power has become a family tradition, with 3 generations here bringing you years of experience.
We will help you find the best selection of outdoor power equipment from Co-Cadet, Grasshopper, DeWalt, Makita, Echo, Shindawa, and now still in our Georgetown store.
Or bring your equipment into our service department. We will keep it running for years to come.
And as with all families, we have to keep Mama happy. So come on in and see us at Bishop's Small Engine Repair in Richmond and in Georgetown.
Who makes the best meal in Richmond? Nuevo Vallarta. Friendly service, a place that's good for kids and good for groups. Head to Nuevo Vallarta on Big Hill Avenue in Richmond. Nuevo Vallarta is known for warm hospitality, great prices, great food, and the best fajitas in town. Start with an appetizer, order a la carte, or choose from their huge menu of Mexican favorites for grown-ups and kids. Nuevo Vallarta on Big Hill Avenue in Richmond.
Patrick O'Neill has been serving Central and Eastern Kentucky since 1995. When someone is accused of something they didn't do, or when a good person makes a mistake, they need the best representation they can find. And that's Patrick O'Neill. Whether it's criminal defense, Social Security, disability, personal injury, workers' compensation, or deeds and wills. When you need legal advice, trust the expertise of Patrick O'Neill. He will get you the money you deserve. His office is located in Jackson, but Patrick practices all over Central and Eastern Kentucky. For more information or for a free consultation, call 606-666-2990.
We're back here on the Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show, and Samantha Kruise Newman. Talked to him today. A lot of fun, good kid, and excited to see where his future goes here.
I know. I'm excited to hear all about it.
Yeah, so
this will be my first time watching.
Let's hear from Kruise Newman. Spoke with him earlier today, and we're hoping to hear his name called in the MLB draft, which is coming up. Here's Kruise Newman, a current Lexington legend. But then we'll talk about just your journey to where you are now. I know, whenever we first interviewed you many years ago, you were playing at Madison Southern. We were just talking, you ended up going to Logan County to finish up high school. So let's start there. Maybe kind of what you learned at Madison Southern before the transition into going to Logan County.
Yeah, so starting my high school career there was a blessing, especially being close to home and being able to see my family all the time. I have lots of family that live over here, and they've, in Bowling Green and here, so they got to come and watch me play at Southern, and I was, fortunate enough to be gifted by God with a lot of talent to be able to do this, play this game and do what I do. I had a lot of good teammates, good mentors. Coach Langfells was the coach there after my first year with Coach Combs whenever he was there. So I got a lot of good mentoring from those people. But I felt like it was in my best interest to transfer to Logan County High School my senior year because my godfather, Kyle Wall, was the pitching coach over there, and I was really good family friends with a lot of people over there in that area. And so they kind of helped me. Southern helped me lay the foundation for what I wanted to become, but I felt like it was in my best interest for my career and for the process of making the transition to play Division I baseball was to go to Logan County High School in Bowling Green, Kentucky, Russellville, and kind of continue what I had been starting, as a freshman to a junior. Obviously, COVID my junior year messed a lot of things up. We had a really good roster. We talked about that in my last interview. And so I had a lot of big decisions to make, and I felt like what was best for my career was to go pitch for him and just try to become a better man while also becoming a good baseball player.
Now, when you were here, you had committed to Tennessee, and I know that in the day and age that we're in, they kind of started in that year. Whenever you saw the movement and things, and so talk about the year at Logan County and then where you went from there, because I don't think you ever played at Tennessee, correct?
No, I never had a season at Tennessee. So COVID, that 21 summer going into that spring of 22, was just really hectic and messed up. COVID really ruined a lot of things for a lot of people, especially in Division I baseball. The portal was stacked up, and things were tough in that nature. But I think the biggest thing was I had originally gone to the University of Tennessee. Was a pitcher and a hitter. Was a two-way player there. I loved Coach Vitello, Coach Elander. They took really good care of me over there, and they did a really good job of me and showing me what it took to play at that level. And it's no cupcake. Going from high school baseball in Kentucky to going to the University of Tennessee in the SEC is a little bit different. And so I had a little bit of a tougher time adjusting to it at the start, but then once you get your feet wet and you dip your toes in the water a little bit, you kind of see what it's like to be around a lot of guys who will go on to play professional baseball and a lot of managers and coaches there that can help not only mentor you, but they can just help you become the best version of yourself as a player. And so with the COVID stuff, I had actually gotten COVID in the winter. and they had me quarantined over there, and that was whenever. I mean, that was just terrible. Just a terrible time for me and my family. Doctor's appointments and keeping the medicine flowing in and trying to feed me and things of that nature. It was really tough. It did a lot on my brain, and it was a mental weight on me, but also physical. And so after that fall semester had ended, I had decided, I think the best thing for me is I want to play, and if COVID's going to be a factor here, I think I'm going to move on. I'm going to try to go play baseball somewhere else. So I entered the portal in that winter right before Christmas break, and then I decided that I was going to try to go play at the junior college level. So I went to the Walters State University, one of the best JUCO programs in the country, and then I never pitched again. So I quit pitching. They wanted me to be a hitter only. They thought that I had the tools to be an elite hitter, and they believed in me at a young age, at 18, 19. And so, when you hear it from a coach, a Hall of Fame junior college coach like Coach Shelton over there at Walters State, I was like, okay, let's do it. I'm bought in. Let's become the best hitter I can be. Had 2 really good years there. I think I posted a career batting average of like 330 with, I think I hit 24, 25 home runs in 2 years. And then had taken some official visits to the University of Louisville, had talked to the University of Kentucky for a little bit about me moving on and playing at a 4-year university in the SEC or the ACC again. But things just didn't work out as far as players and the draft with a lot of older guys from Louisville. And so I thought it was in my best interest for me to just play somewhere where I knew I could finish out my college career somewhere where I would be able to play and make new friends and be in an environment where there was really good competitive baseball being played. And so I took my talents over to Tennessee Wesleyan University in Athens, Tennessee. Was fortunate enough to go to 2 World Series in Lewiston, Idaho, and got to play for a national championship in 2024. I actually walked off Ryan Hart in the semifinals to go to the national championship. So I made a lot of great memories there. And Coach Barry and Coach Wood and Coach Sterner over there, they were just fantastic for me. That they didn't only help me become a better baseball player, but as a man, I grew up. It's huge. Especially, baseball's not going to be here forever. So they wanted to make me the best human being that they could make me, and I think they did a fantastic job because the way that I felt about the game and the way that my mindset's changed and how I go about my daily routines and my faith and everything like that, it's really grown over the past 3 or 4 years, especially being with them. And then after that, I had the opportunity to find out that I actually had 1 more year of Division I eligibility because of the Diego Pavia rule, where they're giving guys 5 years to complete their 5-year career in college now because of all the portal and the crazy stuff that's going on with that. So I got a call from my old hitting coach, Mike Mendoza, who was at Tennessee Wesleyan with me for 1 year. He was taking the recruiting coordinator job at the University of New Orleans in Louisiana, and he gave me a call and said, "Do you want to play another year of Division I baseball?" I was like, "Absolutely." So went over there, hit 295, 14 home runs, 48 RBIs. I had a really good year. I enjoyed it. I played first base the majority of the year. Something I'd really not ever done was play first base, but they helped me transform my game into being adjustable and being able to play an infield position while also playing an outfield position, which I think gave me a lot of leverage, especially going into the draft time and signing professional contracts and things of that nature. So, and yeah, now we're here in Lexington Legends and we're doing it. So,
well, before we get into the Legends and what you're doing right now, let's talk about, you talked about the mental aspect. And a lot of times, and a lot of kids that I've talked to, especially that went through high school or college during the pandemic, those kids, you really see that they had to kind of grow up quick because, the things that were taken out of their control or something they had no control over. I mean, obviously, for you, it was, you moved around a lot during that time, whether it be from switching high schools and then going to college doing the thing there. As far as the mental aspect goes, how hard was it for you to be away from home, be away from family, and but did you ever think about just hanging it up, or was that ever something that maybe crossed your mind?
Yeah, so when I was a junior, we had the decision to go to Logan County. So obviously that was tough with the family having to go over there and stuff like that. It was a tough decision to make, but also being as young as I was, we didn't really have any expectations for what it would be like having to move away from family or having to join family or having to move the whole family to a different place. It definitely was a little bit weird at first. The mental aspect of it was, hey, if you want to be a good SEC Division I baseball player, you have to do what's best for your career, and if that means you have to move away or you have to put yourself in a better position to perform, then you need to do that. And I felt like, mine and my family's decision to move as far as the mental aspect goes, I don't think it really, had too much of a toll on me. And I think also it prepared me for college. As being 17, 18 years old and having to move away from family or having to move the whole family and having to figure out how to migrate to a different area, it helps you grow up a little bit faster than most people my age. So it honestly made me mentally tougher, having to step into a new high school where you don't know anybody. And then obviously going on to college, the SEC, it's no joke. It's big school, a lot of people. It's not like a big classroom. Yeah, it's not like a little town like Richmond or Berea. So you have to learn how to grow up even faster. So mentally for me, the game is a lot faster at these levels. And so I had to learn how to slow everything down. I had to figure out how to breathe, tell myself that I was good enough to be here. Mentally telling yourself, hey, I'm good enough to do this. So go do it.
Up, right?
Yeah, you got to give yourself the confidence and the ability in your brain to know that, hey, I can do this, man. Like this is just baseball. It's just a game that you're playing, right? It's a little kid's game, and you're fortunate enough to play it in college, and they're going to help you pay for your college, and you're getting a degree. Enjoy this moment. Enjoy every moment that you have. So the COVID stuff was a little bit weird, but as far as college goes, man, I embraced it and I loved it, and I became a better man, and that's the most important thing to me, was becoming a better human being. And I loved every minute of college. I think the mental aspect for it, I mean, you can ask anybody that's in college, that's played college baseball. It'll take a toll on you. There will be times where you'll be like, do I belong here? Is this something that I want to do with my career? Should I just get a desk job? And it's just like, why would you want to do that, man? Yeah. You've been given the talent and the ability to play this game, and God's blessed you with the ability to be, play at these elite schools with these elite people. Just go do it, man. So yeah, there were times in my career where I was like, is this for me? Is this not for me? But then I had to remind myself, like, man, you're put here on this earth to do this for a reason. God has big plans for you, so just go do it.
Right now you're playing for the Lexington Legends. You mentioned that. And for you, what has it been like trying to figure out your role with that team? And, you've still got big plans. The MLB draft is coming up, so you're planning, your name's going to be in there, so you're hoping to continue this thing even to the professional level, even past what you're doing for the Legends, correct?
Yeah, so I think, people don't know this about about professional baseball, but it's all based off of what your routine is, how you come in, and what your daily life looks like, not what theirs is. So, in college, you got coaches, and they sit there and they tell you, hey, we're doing this and this and this at this time, and they kind of walk you through stuff. In professional baseball, it's on you. So I've had to learn, these past few days, how to create my own routine, what makes me feel comfortable, what time, if we have batting practice at 3 o'clock, I'll get there at, 1:30, stretch a little bit, eat a little bit, make sure your nutrition levels are balanced, stay hydrated. It's a lot for a younger guy like me at 23 to have to do. You're playing with a lot of ex-big leaguers. Nick Senzel was with the Reds for 7 years. Trace Thompson, Klay Thompson's older brother, he was with the Dodgers and the Red Sox for a while. So you get to pick the brains of older guys, and I think that's been really beneficial for me, is being able to be in a clubhouse surrounded by guys who have been single A, double A, the majors, triple A. Being able to pick their brain and kind of see how they go about their life and how they, go about their everyday routines. I think that's really helped me in a really big way, especially, being fresh to professional baseball. But yeah, the draft's coming up. I'm super excited. Hopefully hear my name called or sign a contract. It's a lifelong dream for every kid. I think God's blessed me with the opportunity to even be in this position, and that's really all you can ask for. But yeah, professional baseball, man, it's one step at a time. You got to just walk in there and, like I said, dip your toes in the water and see what it's like. And then once you get comfortable and get your feet underneath you and you get a routine, things get a little bit easier for you.
So, you hear a lot about the NFL draft or even the NBA draft that just took place last week. You don't hear as much about the Major League Baseball draft. So for folks that may not be as familiar with it, talk about the MLB draft, and for you yourself, where will you be watching? Are you going to have like a watch party or anything, hoping to hear your name called?
Yeah, so based off the conversations I've had with some people in my life, I think it's it's a draft that's not really nationally televised for 3 days. It's a 1 day. Your first, second, third round are broadcasted, and then everything from there is kind of behind the table. But it's a business, and that's just how it works. So you never know if you're going to hear your name called or if you're not. I anticipate watching with my family and friends, close friends, probably have a little bit of a watch party for the second and third day, just to kind of see what pans out and what happens. But like I said, it's a business, so you never know. There's 20 rounds. Used to be 40, but they cut a lot of budgets and things of that nature to help with the MLB teams and the big league teams. So they made a lot of cuts, so things are a little bit different these days. So your chances are much slimmer. But yeah, you know, the MLB draft it's untelevised for those two last days, but you know, it's still a dream come true to be even in the conversation of like, hey man, you have a chance to do this, and hopefully I hear my name called. Hopefully I can sign with somebody and we can get the ball rolling, and my, you know, the next step in my professional career can begin.
Anything else you want to add?
Yeah, I think if you're a young kid watching this, or a kid in middle school and high school, and you feel like you maybe aren't performing like you want to perform, or maybe, you know, things aren't going your way at home, or maybe you're having a tough time with, you know, your mental state, I think it's important to always realize how awesome it is that this game can humble you, but it can also bring you the best light. I remember being a kid, you know, 12, 13, 14 years old, going and watching the Lexington Legends when I was a kid, just like some of these kids will do. Just know that you can make it. You know, you can do anything you want to do. I was told at a very young age, hey man, I don't think you're good enough to play professional baseball. You know, I had a lot of haters tell me, you know, this is not going to happen for you. You're just a kid from Richmond, Kentucky, and you can defy the odds. I'm living proof of it. I'm standing right here in front of these people, and I just want them to know that anything you put your mind to, you can do. And that sounds very cliche, like a lot of people probably tell you that. But if you're a young kid at home and you have aspirations to play professional baseball one day, the grind starts right now. Just go do it, go put your mind to it, and let God do the rest.